Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely grateful to Samir and his family for giving me this opportunity to be with you this morning. Just recovering from a sore throat, so bear with me if my voice crackles. I just want to talk to you during the next few minutes about the power of purpose. About 35 years ago, I was like most of you, just about to start my exciting career. I left England about 22 years ago with the idea of bringing high-tech heart surgery to the doorstep of a common man. Then the reality dawned on me. Can I have the next slide? I'm a cardiac surgeon by profession, but my job is putting a price tag on human life. Now you must be wondering what kind of job it is. I see about 60 to 80 children every day suffering from heart problem. I examine the kids and I look at the mother and I tell her that your child has a hole in the heart, he needs an open heart surgery. She has only one question. You know what that question is? How much it is going to cost? And I tell her that it is going to cost 80,000 rupees, which she doesn't have. And that is the price tag on the kid's life. She comes up with 80,000 rupees, she can save the kid. If she doesn't have 80,000 rupees, she's going to lose the child. This is what I do from morning till evening. This is what all the doctors in this country do from morning till evening, putting price tag on human life. Why are we accepting this? How long it can go on? Can I have the next slide, please? It's not working. 80% of the national expenditure on healthcare in this country is borne out of pocket. Next slide, please. Next slide. Half the country's population borrow money or sell assets to pay the medical bills. Next slide, please. Because our government spends 1% of the GDP on the healthcare, whereas US government spends about 18% of the GDP. People are asked to fend for themselves. Next one. We need to do 2 million heart surgeries a year. Can anybody guess how many heart surgeries are done in the country every year? Just take a guess. We need 20 lakh heart operations a year. About 1,20,000 people undergo heart operation. Then what happens to the 19 lakh people? These are not old people. In my profession, it is not the young son bringing his old father for a heart operation. It is the old father bringing his young son for a heart operation. Majority of the victims of heart attack are young breadwinners of the family. Because we are not able to do that many operations, large number of people die, and these are the young people. And in the process, we perhaps produce the largest number of young widows in the world. Next slide, please. But we have a hope. We can change things. We can become the first country in the world to dissociate healthcare from athletes. We can make it happen because we produce the largest number of doctors, nurses and medical technicians in the world. Outside the US, we have the largest number of US FDA approved drug manufacturing units. We have everything phenomenal going for an outstanding healthcare delivery. But our missing link is people don't have the money to pay for it. Now all the good things which has happened, you must be thinking that it must be due to the foresight of the planners and the politicians, the bureaucrats we had in this country. Next slide, please. I'm sorry, everything good in this country happens by default. Because if there is one country which is directly managed by God, that is our country. Why healthcare is important for the world? Economy of the 20th century was driven by machines which address the human toil. Economy of 21st century will be driven by health sector. Global healthcare. Can you change the slide here? The global healthcare and wellness industry is a $4.5 trillion industry. It is the second largest industry in the world after agro industry. And more than that, this industry can create phenomenal number of jobs. IT industry gets a lot of support from the government. But 1 crore rupees turnover in IT industry, they hardly create 7 to 10 jobs for educated people. Health sector, for 1 crore rupees turnover, we need 250 people. And these 250 people come from lower socio-economic strata. Next one please. As an organization, we have close to 14,000 employees across the country. We have 22 hospitals across the country. At one point of time, 90% of our employees were women. In fact, it is a dictate from the family that if there is a job available, it has to be given to women. Now, why is it important to create jobs for women? If I have the job of cleaning the floor, I give the job to the man and give him 6,000 rupees salary. He spends 3,000 rupees on himself and 3,000 rupees goes to the family's welfare. That blue bag contains an artificial heart. They were admitted to our hospital for a heart transplant. So we couldn't get the donor heart, so we used the artificial heart. And they have been living with that for the last 7 years. And many times we had an option of transplanting them, but they were so happy with the lifestyle, they accepted it. Eventually, people are going to live till the age of 110, 120 productively, because every part of the body can be replaced. And heart is the easiest organ to replace, primarily because this is one organ which doesn't do any thinking. It is a dumb pump. You pump in 5 liters, it will pump out 5 liters. That's all it does. So, like this, in the future, virtually every part of the body can be replaced. Next one, please. But when this happens, where is the money to pay for the healthcare? So, around 10 years ago, we convinced our government of Karnataka state, to launch a health insurance for the farmers. Initially, we had 70 lakh farmers who agreed to pay 11 cents. 11 cents is 5 rupees per gram. That is the premium they were willing to pay. And we networked with 400 hospitals across the state. They could go to any hospital and get any operation done free of cost. At the end of 10 years, we had 4,44,000 surgeries done in different hospitals and 66,500 farmers had a heart operation. All this happened just by collecting 5 rupees per month. This is the power of population. Poor people in isolation are very weak, but together they are very strong. But youngsters like you should come up with innovation. How do we bring all the poor people together? Next slide please. We have in our country 850 million mobile phone subscribers who are spending 150 rupees per month just to speak on the mobile phone. If we can have a policy that every mobile phone subscriber must pay 20 rupees per month for the healthcare, we would have covered the healthcare expenses of virtually whole country. And it is possible. It will become reality provided all of you think it has to happen. Next one please. When all this transformation happens, when millions of people have the health insurance, you need a hospital. Now what type of hospital it is? So we designed a concept called Health City. Our intention is to have 5,000 beds in one campus, where 10 to 12,000 patients can come on a daily basis, can get the treatment done. And this is our Health City in Bangalore, which has currently 3,000 beds. The heart hospital we have an infrastructure to perform 60 heart operations in a single day. Next one, please. Now, this is a newspaper report which appeared 6 months ago. In Delhi, government was adding an extension to Safdarjung Hospital with about 800 beds. And for 800 beds, you know how much they are spending? They are spending about 1,300 crore rupees. That comes to about 1.3 crore rupees per bed. Even corporate hospitals of this country do not spend that kind of money. And this hospital is meant to treat the poor people. Why this continues? Because privileged people like us, we never question. We feel it is not our job, it's the government's job. Next slide, please. There are 100 towns in India. The next question I want to ask you is, why should every hospital come up in Delhi? If you create everything in Delhi, you don't create anything in UP, Bihar or Himachal Pradesh, everyone will come to Delhi. So we need to create hospitals in those areas. No patient should leave his district for the health care, and it is possible. We have 100 towns in India with a population of 500,000 to 1 million, where there is no super specialty hospital. Experience can be taught in less than 2 hours. Next one, please. Now, when you look at the education system and what are the prerequisites to do some procedure, we have set rules and regulations. We have regulations stating that any nurse who assists for a heart operation or a hernia operation should have a BSc or a GMM in nursing. These are mundane, repetitive tasks. Do you need a highly qualified BSc nurse to do this job? It may not be required. I'll give an example. This is a beautiful painting in my office. The painting is so beautiful, anyone enters my office, they ask me who the painter is. And I ask them the same question. And they come up with answers like M.F. Hussain or Michelangelo or whoever. I just want to ask you, who do you think the painter was? Thanks for giving this opportunity. I'm truly enamored by what you have created, and in a sense I'm a bit jealous of you. Thank you so much.